Golden State pulling off the win last minute, 101-98 over the Memphis Grizzlies. I hope you Warrior fans stuck in there for this one. Incredible watching Steph Curry go off in the fourth quarter. Now Golden State leading this series 3-1. Boogman, now our NBA insider, Bill Reiter. Grizzlies were without Ja Morant. We know he's dealing with that knee injury. They proved in the regular season they still can succeed without him, but they weren't so lucky on Monday night. Until the last minute, Bill, I had all of my questions for you about Memphis winning. What is your biggest takeaway about Golden State able to sneak away with this win?
Yeah, Sherry, you just hit on it. My biggest takeaway is this is such a blown opportunity for a young Memphis team, and it really comes down to a lack of postseason experience. You saw a lack of ball movement in that fourth quarter for Memphis as Golden State came back. You saw Steph Curry score 18 fourth quarter points, and maybe the play that epitomizes the gulf and understanding about these moments. End of the game, big shot. Jaren Jackson Jr. goes up for a three-point shot to try and make sure his team has a chance to win this thing. Isn't paying attention, rushes the shot, and who's there? The veteran Draymond Green, one of the best defensive players in the game, who blocks the shot and really shuts the door on the opportunity for Memphis to get back in a game, to win a game they really had control of up until that fourth quarter when the wheels came off.
Do you think the inexperience for Memphis is their biggest Achilles heel? These next few games, is that what we can expect, that they might kind of struggle dealing with what Golden State, their experience being in these moments?
Yeah, I think that in the absence of Ja Morant is everything. I think even with Ja Morant, there was a question when he was healthy, if he had been healthy for this game, if he returns. We don't know his health status. There's still this huge question mark about whether or not a Memphis team that's very young, that has young stars, that has a young leader in Ja Morant when he's out there, can handle the magnitude and the weight and the pressure and just the reality that basketball is different in the playoffs. And that's true, Sherry, against anybody. But the Warriors are the epitome of the other side of that equation. They really are the epitome of understanding what it takes to win championships and compete for them. Memphis is good enough on paper, and we're good enough for 3.5 quarters of this basketball game to beat the Golden State Warriors on any given night, and maybe 4 out of 7 times. If you don't play these games on paper, experience comes to bear in a big way. Memphis is going to have a huge advantage next year from whatever they learn in this series, but if they don't apply those lessons very soon, obviously this series is going to be over very quickly.
Steph Curry is now the only player in NBA history to make 500 career playoff threes. Can we just take a moment to appreciate the greatness that is Steph?
Yeah, no, he is. I mean, it sounds like it's hyperbole or I'm a captive of the moment, but every time that I bump into a former NBA player or I talk to a GM or a scout or some person who works in the NBA, I ask, is it crazy to think that Steph could finish his career as the 5th or the 6th or the 7th best player in the history of the game, up there with names like Bird, Kobe, Magic, guys like that? And I've never had anyone push back on me, ever, Sherry, on that notion. And you saw some of the reasons tonight. The 500th three-point shot in the playoffs obviously never happened before. The 18 fourth quarter points, and just the calm with which he injects his team. There's a lot of reasons that the Golden State Warriors have won 3 championships, have been competitive, are a dynasty that are still in the mix. But Steph Curry is reason number 1, and we saw a lot of that in this game.
All right, the series heading back to Memphis. Grizzlies playing for their playoff lives. Bill, how do you see this one shaping out?
So, you know what? I'm a sports writer, and I get to go to the finals. So we normally root for the best food in the best city. With all respect to Memphis, deep down, most of us like to go to San Francisco. I found myself rooting for Memphis and just rooting for this team to have a chance to be in this series, to maybe have a chance to be even if Ja Morant can come back at some point, to fight through their lack of experience here we've talked about. But in this loss, it really is. I don't know if it's the death knell. We've seen crazier things happen. But it really feels like in letting this game go, a game where the Warriors shot 25% from the three-point line, a game where Memphis had a chance through their physical domination early on to steal this game, that the Memphis Grizzlies gave away any real chance to win this series. I don't know if it happens back in Memphis. I don't know if it happens in a Game 6 in Golden State. But the Warriors, I think, are moving on to the conference finals, and Memphis will have to just look back at this series for lessons to apply next year.
Always a great story, though, following Golden State into the playoffs. And, Bill, I am sorry if you do not get to Memphis and get some Gus's fried chicken. I'll keep my fingers crossed for you. Bill Reiter, we appreciate the time. All right, let's take a look here. Winning in different ways. Game 3 won by 30. Look at their field goal percentage, three-point percentage. compared to Game 4, that very close win on Monday night.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.